Alrighty, guys. Welcome to DuePoint, Wednesday afternoon, and the world has changed in 2020. Once upon a time, we were free to roam around. Now we're all terrified out of our minds. But the joy of DuePoint is that using our technology, we're still able to get to you every single day. Nothing changes with our business at all. In fact, the opportunity has just risen another notch up. Over the last 5 years or so, I've spoken to you about how we need the DuePoint tool because of our economy. Whoever knew we would need DuePoint because of a global virus outbreak? That was something that didn't even enter my imagination. And today, more than ever, we as South Africans need the DuePoint tool because look at the world that we live in. And so today, if you are a guest and this is your first time hearing about DuePoint, well then, let's get into the details and you'll understand why I am as enthusiastic as I am about a world that's changed in 2020. To start with, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a 70-year-old insurance company. We're publicly listed. We're a full-blown licensed life and short-term insurance company. We're not a UMA or an intermediary or a brokerage. You're dealing with one of the few licensed South African insurance companies. And folks, we're homegrown South African. You're not dealing with a foreign entity here. You can see us, feel us, and if you're brave enough, come and touch us and know that we are real in South Africa today. Folks, about 5 years ago now, we formed the DuePoint division. The DuePoint division was formed to solve an economic problem we had at the time. Like I said to you, who knew that it would develop into what it is today? But at the time we were watching as South Africa's economy was starting to slip uncontrollably. For you and me on the ground, it meant that we started losing control of our personal economy. What is our personal economy? Our ability to create income and our expenditure. Those are the two things that are affecting us as individuals on the ground. Income, we can't do anything about in South Africa. We're not able to lift it. We're not able to get promotions. We're not able to create bonuses. Those things are things of the past. We can't change jobs. We can't change careers. All of those options have vanished in the South African context for every single South African. What we've been left with is a situation where we're finding ourselves in a shrinking economy that's getting worse every year. Last 2 years, we have had recession. This year is going to be worse than any year that has come before. I was saying this in January before Corona. Now, I think none of you will disagree with me that with Corona, we are in big trouble. Businesses are going to be forced to shut down. This thing's not going to last 2 weeks. This thing's going to last 6 to 18 months. We've had a warning that we're under national disaster at the moment. That's 90 days already. They've already put us till the middle of June. The economic impact on our country and globally is going to be immeasurable. We have a dropping rate of about 600,000 jobs a year where people are becoming unemployed at that rate every year. That's about to double and treble into 2020. Our ability to create income has been removed as South Africans on the ground. In addition, expenditure is rising out of control. I've been saying that for 5 years. Now, we're seeing the rand-dollar exchange rate going bananas. Just last week, it was 15 rand to the dollar. This morning, it's 16.88. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. This means that everything we own, everything we buy, everything we consume is going to get more and more expensive while we continue to earn exactly the same number in a currency that is getting weaker by the day. What happens when things start getting compounded, like we can no longer pay our national debt? What happens when the last rating agency downgrades us to junk status? We can't keep our heads in the sand anymore as South Africans. We can't do it. We can't go, oh, something will happen. Something is not going to happen. Well, something is going to happen. Things are going to get worse. It is a factual reality. A couple of years ago, we had a very, very well-known economist on our stage who said to us, 70 years before we see the turnaround in the South African economy. 70 years. That was before Corona. How many years now before we see a boom in the South African economy again? We can no longer sit back and argue and debate. What we created 5 years ago, we did not know would become a fundamental staple economic tool in South Africa. And that tool we call the DuePoint system. It is not like anything you have seen before. because the things you have seen before will not help us in the scenario that we're in today. The things you've seen before used to ask you to sell things, didn't they? Little goodies, little boxes of things, medication, cleaning agents, toiletries. Well, these days, those things are all biohazardous. Here at DuePoint, we're not going to ask you to sell anything. In addition, we're not going to ask you to do presentations. We're not allowed to do presentations anymore. No gatherings of groups of 10 people or more. No, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to ask you to do presentations, and we're not going to ask you to carry things around with you anymore. No, this is a business that uses 21st century technology. Technology we've been developing for half a decade now that allows you to do one thing for us. Just connect South Africans to us through that technology. It means you don't even need to come in contact with anybody. From your home, in your house, in your study, in your bedroom, wherever it may be, you now have the tool with our technology to connect South Africans to us. By connecting South Africans to us, you put us in a position where we can grow our revenue. By growing our revenue, we are now with this system in a position where we can create recurring income for you. Not once-off transactional cash, not like when you sell something you get money and then you've got to sell again to get it again. No, recurring income. Income that is there every single month no matter your circumstances. Here's a couple of new circumstances you didn't think you were going to have just a week ago. You're not allowed to return to work because somebody got sick at your work and they've closed the building down. Now you're sitting at home potentially without an income. You're able to do DuePoint. You're able to work every minute of every day, connecting people using technology and growing an income for yourself. That was something we had never anticipated, but it's a reality for you. What about those of you who've been retrenched? What about those of you who are going to be retrenched? Now you have a tool that will create recurring income for you that you can do from home. Folks, recurring income is income that's there every month. How do we do that? Well, we build it off of the back of our financial services products. Like I said to you before, this is a full-blown insurance company. Every single one of our products runs on an automatic debit order system. None of them expire, none of them wear out, none of them fail to be delivered. They're perfect and instant every time. Those debit orders run every single month, and that creates for you a stream of income with every single connection to us. No running back to your friends every month to buy again. No, our system automatically raises those debit orders. You don't need to go to the warehouse to pick up the stock. Nope. That's all controlled by us in the background. Your task is just connecting individuals to us. Folks, we built the system in South Africa. We understood the South African context back then. We understood your context. We understood that you were worried about anything that didn't look and seem like a job. Why? Because we'd had so much rubbish through our economy. One thing after the next coming through, taking our money and blowing away. Well, here you don't have to worry about that. We understand the fact that you're busy and you don't have time. Well, we're about to all have lots of time in South Africa. But before this, if you didn't have time, we needed to buy that time back for you. Why? Because the time you were spending was not making you richer. It was making you poorer. And you know that in the South African context. We give that back to you. And so we developed a tool that fits into your circumstances. No one in South Africa can say that their circumstances are so unique they can't use the DuePoint technology. No, everybody can use it. And it means that what you have in your hands is a South African built tool for the South African problem and context. And we built that for you. In addition, we built into it layers of protections, things that we are going to need. As we work through them today, you will understand how prevalent they've become with the change of events that's occurred in the last few days. We then also said that you're not going to sell for us, which means that you are not representatives or brokers or intermediaries of ours. In addition, we were not going to charge you for the use of the system. You, by simply being a product owner at DuePoint, automatically get everything that is DuePoint. Now, this is again incredibly important in our current context. If people are going to be pushed away from work, isolated from their income stream, then they're not going to be able to afford starter fees, starter kits, training fees, application form fees. All of that doesn't exist at DuePoint. It means that everybody and anybody can pick this tool up and can start connecting people without that terrible financial drain that they're always succumbing to everywhere else that they go to. It still surprises me that I see people on WhatsApp groups trying to get people connected to things that ask them for money up front. When are we going to learn as South Africans? It is this morning again, just disappointing to see a thread of communication with people coming in with these funny things from overseas and saying, these things will save us in South Africa. Do you think so? Do you really believe that something from overseas is going to save you here in South Africa? Especially when its first sentence is, you've got to pay $1,800 to get started. Folks, when are we going to wake up? When are we going to become self-standing and self-sufficient South African citizens? No one's coming to our rescue, ladies and gentlemen. No one. Not our leadership. They've proven that over 110 years. The leadership has always let us down. Only us on the ground are going to save ourselves, and we can't do it with funny things from overseas. Right now, you have a legitimate South African-built, publicly listed and licensed tool that's in front of you that you can pick up and has been built to save you and solve your economic problem in South Africa. That's what we have built here, and we've built it so that everyone can build an asset with us in South Africa. These things that blow in from overseas, they're here for 5 minutes, they take your money, they're gone. With us, you've already got a 3-generation-old business that's built a tool that says whatever income you create in your lifetime, this channel, this asset that you build with us, will automatically transfer to your children when you die one day. What are we leaving behind for our children outside of the DuePoint system? If you're not using this tool, what will you leave for your children one day when you pass away? Is it going to be more debt? Is that what you'll leave for them? Will you leave them an income? Will your children be able to take over the jobs that you have? No. You see, we've got to start thinking with a bigger picture in mind. And people struggle with that. In South Africa, we've been in survival mode for 110 years. And as a result, survival mode is just about today. It's just about today. We run a couple of incentives at DuePoint, and I'm going to run through them with you a little later. But we often find people will join just for that. I just need that now. I just need that now. There's no vision of the future. And so what happens is we stay poor. When the thing blows in from overseas and says, I'll make you rich now, you run after it, you give your money away, and they're gone and you've earned nothing. Why did you give them the money? Because they promised you now. That's not what we do at DuePoint. The tens of thousands of people that have become wealth engineers with us over the last half a decade have realized that DuePoint is for the rest of their lives. DuePoint is for the generations that come after them, because we're building permanency. Permanency changes your economic circumstances. You don't go from poverty cycle to poverty cycle. You move out of poverty into wealth when you've got a tool that can create permanent wealth for you. That's what we've built here, and we've made it so simple that every single South African can do it. If you're able to take your smartphone and tap the screen, then you're able to connect people to us. That's it. In your house, in your lounge, in your bedroom, in your study, in your bathroom, if you're able to click your phone, you're able to connect people to us. And you guys would have seen on Monday morning, data prices around the country were slashed. If you've been watching the marketing, there was an ICASA change in legislation. Data is now half the price. I don't know exactly, but I'm guessing at around half the price it was on Sunday. So right now, if you're stuck in your circumstances given what's going on, it's now half the price for you to use your phone. Data is no longer a problem in our country. Now it's about using the little cost of getting some data on your phone to create great wealth for you. Everybody's able to do it, and as you connect people through our technology, those people will see what you've seen today. Those people will download our tech and connect others through it, and all of a sudden you have a platform, a channel of distribution, of people connecting people across the country with our technology. And with that platform of distribution, we as DuePoint are able to come along and facilitate the purchase of our products. You never have to. You make no sales. You do no presentations. We do the presentations and the selling, and all of a sudden, you've created wealth for yourself. We distribute that wealth to you in two ways. Firstly, through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel. Every month that it's paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. This is how it works. You're going to go out and you're going to connect a few people. This is all you need to know. You're going to connect a few people. Those people will pay for their products, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, R55. These folks will go out and connect others. Those others will take the products, pay for them again. You'll get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand again. This is not once-off income. This is income that now comes in every month as our debit orders raise. You don't leave your house. You don't have to go pick up stock. You don't have to go back to those people and beg them to buy. No, you connected them to us once through technology, and it's created these streams of 55 Rand. If they take multiple products with us, you get multiples of the 55 Rand. 2 products, 110, 3 products, 165, and so on and so on. You now have power and control in your hands that you did not have with any other thing. No one has ever been able to come to me and say, I do this business and I have control of my income. I have this, because you don't. If you're a salesperson, you know you don't have control over your income. If you're an employee, you know you don't have control over your income. But now, you've got this tool and you've got control in your hands, streams of income off of single connections. You can create any level of income that you want with us here at DuePoint. Any level. It's going to require time and effort. The more people you are willing to talk to and connect to through our technology, the more money you can create. We do not put a ceiling above your heads. Here you can completely replace your income. You can create multiples of your current income, or you can just top up your income. You've got the choice. It's up to you with the tool. You don't have to shoot the lights out if you don't want to, but you can as well. This tool creates any level of income you want. It just comes down to you at the end of the day, how much time and effort you're willing to put in. I'm afraid there's no escaping it. Everything else will promise you riches and fortunes with no effort. We love those ones. You know, all the crypto ones particularly say, put your money in now, the world's changing, fiat currencies are going out the window, you'll be rich in the next 3 months. Anybody got rich in the last 3 months? How long have cryptocurrencies been with us? I think the first ones came out before 2010. So let's call it at least a decade. And nobody that I know of has got rich off of it. No. But time and effort in anything leads to success. And with us, if you're willing to put time and effort in, you can create any level of success that you like. So we use a simple example. We call it 3 plus 2. It's based on data we've collected over the last a decade of people who have been before you and have used the tool. So not made up stuff. We marry our growth rate formula of 3 plus 2 to real people. What does that mean? It means that if you're willing to put 3 people in your first month and 2 people every month thereafter, well, then we can start to calculate reasonably what you can expect to earn. Now, of course, you can connect as many people as you like to DuePoint. You can put 100 people in. Movers and shakers went out on Monday. I think in February, the top guys were putting 30 plus people in for the month of February. That's a short month. We've had guys put 70 people in a month before. But we're going to ask you just to do 3. If you're able to do 3 and then 2 every month, and we apply to those that came before you, then after 6 months of doing it, not 6 days, not 6 weeks, not the first 6 people you speak to who let you down, no, 6 months of getting out there, using the tech, connecting people to us, then you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month is 30,000 Rand a year. You've made off of the back of 2 connections a month. What would that look like if you did 10 connections a month or 30 connections a month as our top guys did in the month of February? What does it look like? What does it look like in a month where you connect 100 people to us? But we don't look at that. We say 2. 2 connections. What if you did it for another 6 months? 1 year's time. That's this time next year. We might still be in the throes of coronavirus by then. But at the end of it, hopefully, what would it look like? Well, from the comfort of your home or your office or wherever you stay, you would have created for yourself, on average, reasonably speaking, an income of about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year's worth of income that you've created. You can't get retrenched from it, you can't get fired from it, and you can do it in complete isolation with our technology. Is there another tool in South Africa that offers you that right now? I don't know of one, and I think we're running out of time to debate and argue. I think it's time South Africans pick this tool up and get cracking. 1 year at 2 people a month, and you're on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Nothing creates wealth faster than the DuePoint system for you. If you do it for a second year, 2 people a month, no change. It should, on average, rise to about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. 2 years to 30,000 Rand a month. How many of you are earning 30,000 Rand a month at the moment? Very few, as far as the tax man tells me. Very few. And after this year, a lot less. Do it for 3 years, not 3 weeks or 3 months, 3 years of connecting people to us. And that 30,000 becomes 45,000 Rand on average. 4 years, you're up to about 60. 5 years, half a decade, ladies and gentlemen, not 5 minutes or 5 months, not 50 people you spoke to who let you down. No, 5 years of connecting South Africans to us. And on average, you should be around 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. In a climate of recession, in a set of circumstances where we're locked down. And with this technology alone, you're able to create for yourself an income of 80 to 100,000 Rand over the next half decade. It doesn't matter what the US dollar Rand rate is then. It doesn't matter whether we can pay our foreign national debt or not. All of that is incidental because you've independently created for yourself this income that is yours and in your control. I don't know of anything else that we have in South Africa today that will do it. Folks, many have come before you. We're an open book public company. You can see just a percentage of those that have worked and built at DuePoint on our YouTube channel. Go to it, search DuePoint, find the YouTube channel we have, go down to Wealth Engineers Tell All. There's hundreds of testimonies, hundreds, that you can go through of individuals that before you even knew who DuePoint was, were creating monthly incomes for themselves, on top of their salaries, replacing their salaries, and those that are already well beyond what they've ever earned in their life with us. The opportunity today stands before you. That is just the first way that we create wealth for you here at DuePoint. The second way is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program is our training program. We're going to teach you how to do this. We really are. We're going to apply every ounce of our effort in teaching South Africans how to go from poverty cycle to wealth cycle through our XP Rewards program. We'll take you by the hand as you complete the training. We give you XP points. Those XP points accumulate. As they accumulate and your channel grows, we rank you up. When we rank you up, we start to reward you with all sorts of rewards, starting with cash that grows exponentially as you rank up, and then tools. At rank 5, we'll give you a professional business kit. At rank 7, we'll give you an imported set of gold-leafed business cards custom made for you. Now that's an interesting thing. Custom-made gold leaf business cards in the environment like we're in. People are going to be blown away. At rank 9, where you've put the time and effort in. Folks, time and effort being the criteria here. If you put that in and you get to rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, that's right, you don't re-qualify at DuePoint. Every year that you just maintain your channel size with us for the rest of your life, we'll take you away. 5-star business class, all expenses paid with your family. And we don't go in July when it's cheap and cold and nasty. We go in December when your kids are on holiday and it is hot and it is expensive and it's when you want to be on holiday. And we have been going for years. Ladies and gentlemen, everything we've told you today, everything has been delivered already. It might be the first time you're hearing about DuePoint, but for half a decade, not for 5 months, not for 5 minutes. This is not a here today, gone tomorrow exercise. For half a decade, we've been taking people away with their family in a life that's not only changed because they have financial wealth, but because they now have the trappings of wealth as well. What does that mean? It means the circumstances of their lives have changed so dramatically that they live in a different economic bracket than the one they lived in when they started at DuePoint. How hard are you willing to work to move yourself out of your current economic bracket? How hard? How desperately do you want out of it? How desperately? Well, people at DuePoint talk about it all the time. They talk about how it was worth every ounce of effort to move into a different economic bracket, not for 5 minutes, but permanently. And those individuals have traveled with us, and we're able to show you real wealth engineers that have made these changes. And you can decide for yourself if you want to be with us. Here's real wealth engineers, their spouses and their children, and it can be you too. Holiday. Boy, do we all need a holiday right now. There's so much good news going around. I think we all just want to flee away. Oh, but wait, there's a travel ban. You can't go anywhere. Oh my goodness. All right, well, this is what we're looking like every single year. I remember those moments. I remember taking that video of those individuals, and I remember the expressions and the emotions of those individuals as they moved into different economic brackets in South Africa, despite what's happening in our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, every year we have new people joining us on our Rank 9 trips, and this year we put out to you again in 2020 who will be the new people that come with us in December this year. We know where we're going. The hotels and flights are starting to get booked. It is something that's waiting for you, and you have time to get there. How long does it take to go to Rank 9? Well, it's how long as a piece of string. Our fastest is 5 months. Our longest is 31 months. It actually just depends on you. If you want to get there this year, put your head down, do the work, connect certainly more than 2 people a month. Get connecting, and you could be with us. Some of you might say, steady, I'll build it over a couple of years. No problem. It's not going anywhere. Work your way there and join us there. But it doesn't stop at Rank 9. At Rank 11, we give you another very useful economic tool. It's your own car. It's your own car. It is not branded. It is not financed or rented through us, and we don't give it to you and take it away as I've seen done everywhere else. It's your car because it's a tool you'll use to create wealth, and that is our objective here at DuePoint, is wealth creation and economy change. Folks, this month, we've had another couple go Rank 11. If you've been following us on Facebook, you'll see they just got their BMW Z4 this week. Rob was there with them yesterday when they picked it up from the dealership. That is the second car in 2020 that DuePoint has given to new Rank 11s. What are you doing with your time? Will you be getting a brand new car for free this year for whatever else you're doing? Or are we going to start getting serious? Because at Rank 11, it's your car. Go to YouTube and see the ones that have come before you that have got their cars. Nothing that I tell you today is something we haven't delivered on. We've delivered on everything multiple times over and over. And folks, it doesn't end at Rank 11. It keeps going. We've got 28 mapped ranks in our program. And we have people well beyond Rank 11 in DuePoint already. When I said to you at the beginning, you have never seen anything like DuePoint before, I meant it. We are and have been designed to be the economic solution of South Africa. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, is built purely mathematically, there's no magical mystery behind it, off of the back of our financial services products. We have a whole host you can pick from. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 334 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. You get your very own tax-free investment account and 125,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. 249 Rand a month. That's less than a meal for 4 at McDonald's, and you get all of this and more. For the Wealth Guard, you get R1 million worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations or declarations. Our third product is our Family Wealth Plan. It starts at 299 Rand, but you've got a host of different levels of cover. You can pick their funeral cover that you want, how many people you want on the plan with you, and you as the principal member get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. Our fourth product is our Legal Guard Indemnity Insurance. This covers you for 250,000 Rands worth of legal expenses per incident. This means you now have a lawyer in the room with you every time you need them. And I'm telling you, the way things are going right now, people are going to need more and more lawyers. With the collapse in economy, what's the first thing that's going to start rising? Crime. Ladies and gentlemen, crime. Wait and see. When people are forced to stay in their houses, when they lose their incomes, crime is going to go up. This is going to become a very valuable product. Our fifth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to all of our corporate suppliers. Remember, we're a 7-decade-old JSE-listed insurance company. We have suppliers coming to us all the time with packages and prices and vouchers and VIP services and account managers and all sorts of things that you now get as a member of our Wealth Points Buyers Club. And then, folks, on top of all of this, and at no additional cost, we give you 2 free services. 2 free services that are now absolutely critical in our current set of circumstances. Firstly, we give you our free legal access service. It's in our technology. It's a dial button. 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country, you dial that button and you've got a lawyer at the end of your phone. Then we've got our Medical free benefit. Again, a dial button in our technology. You push that dial button 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country. You've got qualified nurses, qualified doctors at the end of your phone to help you with emergencies, pediatrics, frail care, general medication, anything that you need. They're there to advise you. I was talking to the CEO of the company that provides us with the service yesterday. They've got a whole coronavirus program that they've implemented across all of their doctors and nurses. And you get it for free. You tell me when you find fault with the system. You tell me when you're able to compare DuePoint to anything else. Right now, sitting before you today is your economic tool of change. Folks, every one of our products and services comes with a comprehensive review video. Go to our website, our YouTube channel, or our phone app and watch these videos. They're about 6 to 20 minutes long, depending on the product. They'll tell you every benefit, every term, and every condition. Nothing is hidden at DuePoint. Everything is public knowledge so that you can be fully aware and fully equipped to maximize your experience with us here at DuePoint. Folks, we wrap the entire business of DuePoint in our Achiever Quest. It's what's going to get you up and running fast. If you're suddenly isolated and losing your income, this is how we're going to get your income replaced as fast as possible. We give you 4 tiers of success in every calendar month. It works very strictly in calendar months, and it says if you're able to put a certain number of people in a calendar month and have those same people pay in the same month, we will boost your returns and rewards. So how does it work? Well, your first 6 months with us, if you're able to put 5 people in, we'll boost your returns and rewards by another 1,000 Rand. But you're not 5 people wealth engineers. You might be 10 people wealth engineers. I mean, 10 people when you've got nothing else to do. It's nothing. 10 connections in a month, 10 paid in the same month, and we will boost your earnings by 5,000 Rand. If you've been on our Facebook page today, you would have seen 6 out of 7. We couldn't get a photo of the 7th one. 6 out of 7 people that last month went and did this. They got an extra 5 grand just for clicking their phone 10 times. They got 10 people in, 10 people paid in the same month, and they got an extra 5 grand. This works every single month of the year, folks. So if you do it every month of the year, that 5 grand could be 60 grand every year if you connect 10 people every month and have them paid every month. Folks, this is how we get you up and running with our tool. 20 people in a month, it's 10,000 Rand. Go and see, it is something that is doable at DuePoint. 20 people is nothing. It's 5 people a week. If you're sitting in isolation right now and you're at home on your phone and that, you can easily connect 20 people. How many people do you connect with on your Facebook page every day? Way more than 20. You've got that. But maybe you are 3-star wealth engineers. That's the way I like to think about myself. I'm not a 1-star or a 2-star. I'm a 3-star wealth engineer. What does 3-star wealth engineers do? They get out there and they connect 30 people. That's 1 person a day. 1 person a day. If you're able to do that and have them paid in the same month, well then, ladies and gentlemen, you're a 3-star wealth engineer and we will boost your earnings by 15,000 Rand every single month that you do it. Every single. Plus returns, plus rewards. You have not sat before something like this before, and it is homegrown South African, built in the South African context, and ready to solve the South African problem. Folks, everything about us is public. You don't believe me? You think I'm just a video recording or some CGI graphic? Well, go and do the research yourself. Jump onto the internet, the JSC's website, you'll find us under Conduit Capital. Go to Constantia's website, you'll find our financials, multi-billion rand insurance company. You will find our directors, their emoluments, you'll find our BEE status and all of our licenses. Go to one of the 9 regulators, or all the 9 regulators that look after this business, but the FSCA's website will have our long-term licenses, our short-term licenses, and all of our FSP licenses available there. This is no joke, what we're talking about here. You have just stumbled across probably the most powerful economic tool you will find in your life. If you wish to become a wealth engineer today, it's very simple. You're going to do 4 things. You're going to jump onto our website, DuePoint.net. You're going to read the pages, watch the videos, get to know us, whatever you need to do. Then click join or apply and fill out the form. Once you've filled the form out, you are a wealth engineer, not a single cent having left your pockets today. Not a cent. And you are an active wealth engineer and can immediately start connecting people to us and creating wealth. Now, how's that going to happen? Well, first of all, you need our tech. So you're going to have to go into the app stores and download our app, DuePoint. It will cost you nothing. It's a free app. Once you have the app, you need to learn how to use it. You are not going to know how to use our technology until you've done the training. Open the app, click either the menu button at the top left or the tools button at the bottom right, and it'll open the getting started section. Handful of videos. Watch those videos, watch them today, and you will be fully equipped to do the one thing we ask you to do. Not selling, not discussing our products, not presenting, and not dragging anything around with you. No, the one thing we ask you to do is to use our technology and connect people to us and let us do the rest of the work. Once you've put 3 people into your channel, 3, you start earning, and you're making money from that point forward. This is the tool that has arrived at just the right time in the South African economy. Folks, everything we need is online. You do not need to leave your house. If you want to watch our daily broadcasts, YouTube is your friend. All of our pre-recorded stuff and our live broadcasts around the country you'll find there. Facebook, every day we will have updated content, footage, tools that you can use, that you can copy, paste, tag, share, put on other platforms. Every day, we'll have it for you there. We've got podcasts available for you, and we have an online store where we will deliver the tools that you can buy from us to your door and use them to connect more people. Folks, we have USB sticks that have got our intros and training and testimonies on. For those of you who struggle with data, buy them, plug them into your TVs or computers at home, and you're connected to DuePoint without an internet connection. Folks, we've got piles of other tools to start conversations, to show people we're legitimate. Go onto our website, click store, order what you want, and we'll have it delivered to you. Folks, this Saturday morning, we're doing our bi-monthly development seminar. Part of our XP Rewards training is delivering world-class training to you. This Saturday happens to be our next development seminar. Rob is going to be doing it with you. I know he's not as good as me, but he's okay. But folks, he's going to be doing it this weekend. Saturday at 11 a.m., he's going to be broadcasting out of here on how to build online with DuePoint. Given our circumstances, this may well be the most valuable training we have ever done at DuePoint. This is not necessarily for you, it's for your channel. Get everybody at your channel tuned in with you at 11 a.m. this Saturday morning, and Rob's going to show you how to build this business online. So make sure it's calendarized. It is a priority over everything else. You are doing nothing more important. Remember, you're not allowed to go to weddings and funerals anymore. They've been canceled. Christmas is probably canceled too. They've been canceled. This is your number one priority, saving your economic position before it really hits the fan. And Saturday morning, Rob's going to be showing you at 11 o'clock, straight after the normal intro presentation at 10 o'clock. So make sure it's in your diaries and it's there. We have done everything we can think of to create a tool that South Africans can not only use, but fits into their circumstances. Today, that sits before you. If you have questions and concerns, ask them. We have a client service team you can call Monday through Friday. We have a website where you can send queries through. Yep, this is the real deal. Ask those questions. Get your perspective right on this business. And then pick up this tool and get out there now before it's too late and put the time and effort in to build an income, to build a different income and a different future for yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time today. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow at 6:30. And between now and then, get out there and connect and connect and connect. We'll see you then. Goodbye.